with Stacy's Ritzy Crafts. How is everyone doing today? I think I'm gonna get a whip and chat going for you all, just so we can have some fun. Happy New Year, everyone! I've got an hour and 15 minutes before the clock strikes 12, and no, I am not planning to be on for that long. I want to go spend some time with my daughter when the ball drops, and hopefully she'll stay awake this time. Welcome to my channel. It's Stacy with Stacy's Ritzy Crafts. I do diamond painting, as you see me working on right now, and I also do crochet and trying to get into like some simple coloring and some other crafty stuff. So who knows what you'll see in 2026. I do hope to be a little bit more on here, a bit more unboxings, just heads up, business updates and all that good stuff. And yeah, I would love to get some more media out there. Also, I will be on lives with my company that I co-own with Rose Profit, Rose and Ritzy Creations on YouTube. So definitely check us out over there. And lots of, see, I can't even keep my ears pieces in. Lots of business updates to go over and a couple events to talk about. So we've got a little bit on this agenda to work with and share with you. So the first things first, I want to welcome all my new viewers. Thank you so much for subbing and being here. Really do appreciate you. Make sure you hit the little notification button below so that you get alerted anytime I do new updates or videos. I will be posting all social media, all business pages, all event information, all the sponsors I work with below, so you guys will have links and access to everything as well. And let's get into it. Let's talk about what is up in February. We've got the Retro Cult Classic. Yes, I get to do that with my wonderful friend, Christopher Colossa. His thing will be below as well, so just make sure you go sub to him. He does a lot of wonderful unboxings and fun and other events as well. Go capture him. He's a squishy, so go capture him and squish them all. Anyway, if you know, you know. But love doing things with Christopher all the time. So much fun as well, and I can't wait to do another year of the RCC event. So what is the RCC? RCC is Retro Cult Classic, and it's a diamond painting event that you can work on anything that qualifies in those categories. So what are those categories? Meaning retro, of course, anything prior to Y2K, 80s, all that good stuff. I think that's pretty simple. Anything prior to Y2K is considered retro. And then cult is anything with a large following, or let's just say a huge series with more than two seasons, I guess, if you're talking about TVs or movies. So like Harry Potter, Saw, Friday the 13th, the Nightmare on Elm Street, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, stuff like that. I don't really do anything culty because to me, it's more like horror movie type stuff, and I'm not into that. I do more a retro and classic. That's my style. And yes, was I thinking of changing it to the retro classic event? Yes, but it just doesn't flow well. And I still want to keep it up with all because some people might want to finish off their Halloween ones if they've got Halloween, horror movies they want to work on. So those are also, they have cult followings. Like, what do they call them? C-type movies or B-rated movies? I don't know. But, yeah, those type of cult ones. So, if you can think it, you can make it work. It's not a serious event. We try and make it as easy for everybody. So if you're not sure how your image falls into it, let us know and we will figure it out for you. But if we can't figure an image out, we will ask you. And just overall conversation. Oh my God, if we can't figure, if it's not obvious on what the image is for, we will ask. So like, oh, like, where does that fall in for the event? And then you can tell your story. And you can also tell your story if you decide to, no matter what. It's always open. And like, for instance, I did one off of City of Angels, and I have a girl being held by an angel for an art piece that I did. And it was not something you would obviously think of as being retro or a classic. Classic, again, is prior to Y2K, because I figured that if a car is 20 years old and considered a classic, anything over 20 years um, can be considered a classic too. And since we've been doing this for a couple years, of course, the times change, but we're going to wait till the next decade to change it to, anything 2010 and earlier. But right now it's just all Y2K, because that's, like, for us old people, like Christopher and me, that's considered retro for us. So anything 2K and current is not retro. It's too current for us. So I hope that makes sense. However, classic cars, classic shows, classic movies, classic artists, classic stories, classic musicians, classic artwork, um, anything scenery wise that relates to a classic book. It can be anything you can imagine. So it's a very, very open event. We just want you to be able to work on something that has not been started in a 30 by 40 area and finish it a 30 by 40 area for the event. So it doesn't have to be a new piece. Just make sure that you have a fresh start on a 30 by 40 section. And we will be doing updates of progress every week. And I will try and get those situated before the event. And Christopher usually will be posting that. I'm not sure, one of us can. But we tag team it. So he's better on social media than I am. And I'm better with the marketing and doing, like, all of the fun stuff with it. And hosting the lives. And yeah, he makes me do most of the work. So if you're interested in sponsoring for the event, it's not too late. You're more than welcome to sponsor. Just let us know, and discounts or giveaways, whatever it is that you like to do. My whole idea is, I like to promote small businesses. So if you have one, then we would love to see if you'd like to sponsor or help sponsor. We do have weekly giveaways, and then we have a grand prize. And what else? If you're doing partials need to be once a week to work on a new partial. And because, you're not doing a full image at that point, we do prefer to have a new one every week that you can contribute and do. And that'll qualify you for the weekly. And if you want the grand prize on a partial, you need to make sure that you do it for all the weeks that the event is going on, a new piece each week, I think is how we work it. But we'll take it, we just take it on a case-by-case basis. That's our general guideline, just to make it fair for those that are working on the larger pieces. And if you're working on a large piece, just give us your progress photos every week as well. It does not have to be a finish to do the weeklies, but your 34 by 40 section does need to be finished for the grand prize. And you'll need to take a picture of that as your start photo. We'll get that all loaded up on the website as well. So, and we do it on through Facebook. So if you don't have Facebook, that's okay. You don't need to worry. You can just message me or Christopher. We are also on Instagram. It'll probably be easier to get a hold of Christopher, though. I usually don't look at Instagram, so he kind of monitors that. So if you do post on Instagram, just let us know. Or you can put it in the comment below, and we'll figure out a way that we can work it out with you. And because we want everyone involved and to have fun. So we will try our best to do weekly lives, but I'm going to give you a heads up in terms of why I do this event in February. February is my birthday month, so I try and do it as a reminder to celebrate. Hey, another year's come up. But it's also like I get a little bit depressed during that time. And in order for me to, not seclude myself at home and try and get out in the public, I decided to have the event so that it keeps me active and it keeps me having something to do. Sometimes that can be challenging for me and it can be challenging for Christopher. So we don't always have a live, or we might have to cancel a live. Um, I'm neurodivergent, so I get exhausted very easily sometimes or overwhelmed. And it's just a check in for myself if that happens. And if it does, it does. And we move on and we try and do stuff online instead on the social media sites. I do want to get like other games and stuff going on, or reminders like, hey, this is what it's like back in such and such, or remember when type stuff. So we still kind of keep it a little bit lively. Um, and it's okay. I do the events to keep me busy and so I can spend time with my friend and you guys. So that's the whole, like, the main point of it, but it just turned into so much more for everyone. And I'm so appreciative. People have shared their stories with me on why they, when they choose their images, how things remind them of their past and whether that's good or bad. And it just becomes a nice little like connection of things we forgot. So I'm very thankful for the people that do have participated. Hopefully we get more and more. Um, that it's been a very nice, it's nice to hear other people's stories and remembrances, and something that they share comes up and you're like, oh yeah, I remember Brad Pop those. So for me it was Abba Zabbas. I loved Abba Zabba candies, and they're white taffy filled with peanut butter, and I remember I used to eat those at camp all the time. And I don't think they have them any now, but the Jolly Rancher sticks, oh my gosh, the actual stick. They don't make the sticks anymore, I don't think. There's all little hard candies now. But Jolly Rancher sticks and Abba Zabbas, those were my go-to. Um, but yeah, so it's just kind of like a reminiscing thing. I've got some old records that I now have inherited from my dad. And I think who the rabbits might have chewed off the bottom of them, which I'm really upset about. I didn't think they could reach up that high. But apparently they've been doing a little nibbling. So I'm going to have to go check them out and relocate those. But, maybe we'll get some of those images up and share those images. Who knows? Um, but yeah, it's supposed to be a fun event, and I love doing it with Christopher. We always start laughing over things that, remind us of other things. Wizard of Oz is my go-to. His is so much, so much. I think we might have to watch I might have to watch Terms of Endearment because I think he just watched the original, and now I'm kind of inclined to kind of want to go watch Terms of Endearment again. But we'll reminisce and do trivia. That'll be fun. But other than that, so simple event. It's for all of February, and go check us out. We do have releases. Rose and Ritzy Creations, formerly known as Rose Profit Creations, because now I've been Kona owner for about over a year, and now it's official. We've done our name change and everything, and new website. So please, please go check us out. We do have a wish list now. We do have Afterpay, so it is going to make it easier. Shipping is all included. There's no extra charges for shipping. So that makes it like the price that you see, other than converting it from Australian dollars to regular dollars, which I think there's a currency converter on there now. That's the only difference. So what you see is what you get. What you see on, as your payment, that's what you're going to do. And the nice thing about our stuff, I'm just going to do a business plug real quick because we are sponsoring the RCC event. But the nice thing about our images is they're handmade, or they're made to order type of thing. You have a choice. The only thing that changes price-wise is the sizing. So whatever sizes that are available, you can choose your own sizing. And then at no extra cost, you can choose whatever type of drills you want. So if you want square, if you want round, And then you can get a mix of like ABs, neons, crystals, what we call twilight twinkles or fairy dust, metallics and neons. So you have a whole selection of things that you can choose from. And then we also, now we have mystery canvases as well. So you can get a price quote for a mystery canvas. And that way you can kind of, select the type of subject matter you're interested in. You won't know the image that we choose, but you get to toss out your ideas of what your interests are. If you want animals or landscapes, if you want it from a certain artist, if you want a certain size. So, and then once you give us the information, we'll pick out the image and then send you the quote for it to pay. So it's very, like, even the mysteries are customizable. If you want to do it as a gift for someone too, that's always an option as well. But yeah, so that's a lot of cool things. Check out the new website. I am posting it below. It's Rose and Ritzy Creations is the name of the company, but it's roseritzycreations.com is the website. So ROSERITZY creations.com. There's no and in it. And check it out. The website is Rose has done an awesome, beautiful job on that website. And it is so much easier to navigate and check things out with. So please go show your support for me as an artist, for me as a business owner, and just for us as a small business. We would really, really, really appreciate it. And what else? Gym Pride, I do that with Christopher as well. And that's a fun one because it's full of color and pizzazz, baby. So some of the stuff is political talk, some of it's not, and we just try and keep it fun. Everyone's got their own opinions in there, and that one also is fun. Most of that is done just directly through Facebook, but who knows? I would like to try and do some lives with him again, just depending on how busy we are. But you are always more than welcome to join me on Rose and Ritzy Lives, Rose and Ritzy Creation Lives on YouTube. And I will have those links below. And you can join. We're there every Tuesday. Well, not necessarily Christopher, but Rose and I are always there. We do business updates, new release videos, as well as if we're doing an event or have someone doing an event, we'll usually have that person on. Sometimes we'll have the artists on. And yeah, so that's on Eastern Time, U.S. Eastern Time, Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Of course, that will change once daylight savings comes next year for Australia, because their daylight savings, I think, comes differently than ours. And then so just keep an eye out, but definitely go check it out. Check out Christopher's channel as well. Make sure you do subscribe to him to stay up to date. He does a lot of fun videos. And if you are interested in unboxings or other type of media in support of RRC, which is Rose and Ritzy Creations, we do have some affiliates to check out. So I'll put their links below. You can check out Jeremy and Bianca. There's Sarah, and I think Deborah is the other one. But I'll put their names below. Deborah Denise. I know it's a D. I just can't remember it offhand. Sorry. Don't sue me. But I'll put their links below as well, and you can follow their channels too, and Tammy as well. So hers will be below as well. And check them out. Show support with your individual YouTubers. And just overall, it's the new year, everybody. Are you excited? We've got 56 minutes to go. I am not going to be on for that much longer. I think I'm going to be on maybe for about another 10 minutes or so. And then I'm going to go celebrate with my daughter and do something. I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll figure it out, won't we? I think so. But New Year's resolutions, I don't do them. I do, New Year's goals is okay, but I just try and, I'm in 2 programs right now, and my mental health and my religion, and there's been so many changes this year I'm so grateful for. So I'm just going to say what I'm grateful for, and that is that I'm still alive, for one. That 2, I've got a better handle on things at home. And, the overwhelming feeling that can be the pit of doom sometimes, that gets to me a lot. So I am currently working on different tools to help with that, learning what I can control and what I can't control, and not being so hard on myself, because I am super hard on myself. And sometimes I don't load videos because I don't feel they're good enough, or they were recorded and I just waited too long. So I'm going to try and get that all in check, because I do want to be better at all of this. Not that I'm bad. You just want to have changes. And I think with changes, there are good things that happen. And I'm very thankful for all the changes that I have personally gone through, because it's making me a better person and more understanding. And um, I can come from a better place, and I can be supportive and uplifting now. And I don't always look at the negatives right away. I do still get frustrated, and that's okay. But there's a lot of stuff I have to do, and I need to learn where my boundaries are, and I need to learn how to ground myself, because also being an empath, I pick up on other people, and my daughter and I just feed off of each other. So if I don't catch it, I'm right in there with her, and I got to pull back a lot of the time. And that's a learning process, and it's gotten a lot better, and it will continue to get a lot better, because I'm coming more so now from a place of understanding rather than a place of frustration. So I'm very happy with the improvements that I've made. She's still working on hers, but of course now she's a teenager, and yeah, there's drama. But I love that she's finding her way. And I'm not really going to talk about much of her, because she doesn't like when I talk about it on here. So I will respect her privacy. But everything is going well. And we've got some stuff in play for her conditions or situations that we have to work on. So yeah. But other than that, life has been going pretty decent. As I said, I became co-owner this year of a business, and I lost my job because I had slow internet when I switched contracts. I didn't personally switch contracts. I wanted to stay right where I was, but apparently they had other plans for me. And unfortunately, because they were using a hard phone, which I don't know who does that anymore, but I'm kind of glad, because it was a very overwhelming insurance. And I'm not sure I would have fit, because there was a lot of stuff that you have to do and document, and the whole learning how to do stuff was just, I think I'm past my prime in terms of picking things up easy. I need things easy, simple and easy and quick, and things aren't, because everything has to be documented now, and that can be difficult, especially if you get overwhelmed easily. And like, I had the perfect type of situation with my prior company. Well, I mean, it's the same overall company, but my prior contract, they understood me. I was able to take breaks when I needed to take breaks, especially for my mental health. And I don't think I would have been able to do it with this company. So, and I was going through it rough, like with customers. And like, I do not like confrontation. I cannot do confrontation. It affects me very in a not so good way, because I do have PTSD, and confrontation just is not okay for me. And with the way people are these days, and I'm just talking about people in general, they're very anti, and they're very entitled, and they think they don't have to do anything and nothing's their fault. And it's very hard when you work in an industry in which you're limited in terms of how much you can help, and how much they just have to take it as their responsibility. And while I am apologetic and I am understanding of certain things, like some stuff just, I don't understand why I'm empathizing over it when I'm not, it's not me that made the mistake. And so it's hard. It's hard to find a balance with everything, especially when it's falling on you to make somebody happy and to get things taken care of if they can't. And I get that, but I can't make people do anything. So for me to sit here and tell somebody that they have to do this and they have to do that, I can only suggest. I can't physically make them do anything. And, I started going through it where I would tell them, here's what I would do. This is what needs to get done so you can get it paid. I would give them, I'm not telling them, but I'm what they have to do. I'm just saying, this is what needs to get done to get this taken care of. If they didn't want to do it, I'm like, fine, that's your obligation, but this is how it needs to get handled. If you want me to do it, I can go ahead and reach out. If you want to do it, you'll need to reach out. And then they would just complain about the whole situation all over again. And I'd be like, there's nothing more I can do. I've given you your options. If you want to take advantage of those options, I can help you out with it. If not, and I apologize, my dog is snoring really, really bad. If not, then that's your prerogative, but I can't do anything more for you. I've already done what I can. So how would you like to proceed from here? And while sounds very short, like, I'm not going to keep going around the bush with stuff. Hold on one second. Oh my God, my dog just drives me crazy with her snoring. I told people that, I kicked my husband out of my bed because of his snoring. I can't deal with it. And now the dog's going to get kicked out. It's just too much, man. I don't know how long you've been hearing it or if you even can. I'm hoping the noise canceling works, but it drives me bonkers. Anyway, I don't even know where I was anymore, and I don't think I even want to continue with it anymore. So, yeah, check us out on the channels. I think I'm going to end it here because I want to go spend New Year's with my daughter. But get ready for the Retro Cult Classic in February. If you want to order now, order quick. Rose and Ritzy Creations, or just make sure you have what you need. But I put a release video out in the group page on Facebook. I'll stick it here as well and upload it, I think, through my YouTube. But yeah, check it all out. And y'all, thank you for hanging out with me.